Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I want to welcome you to our second service. Mary Jo was hot first service. She was just great. So get the CD and take it home with you, and it will be on YouTube, so you'll be able to tune into it from that perspective. We have a wonderful experience today with all the wonderful things that are happening in the world. Understand very clearly that you are the most important, wonderful thing that's happening in your world, and when you know that and act as if it's so, all of a sudden the less than wonderful things that are happening become less and less and less, and your consciousness of what is possible becomes more and more and more. I had a handout for you. It was a treatment I wrote recently for Creative Thought, but I thought it was appropriate for this morning. Everybody get a copy of it? Everybody have one? I'm quoting my teacher, Dr. Craig Carter, who was one of the clearest and best teachers we've ever had. Dr. Carter said, "We are the ultimate possibility of primary principle." We are the ultimate possibility of primary principle. Everybody say that. I am the ultimate possibility of primary principle. Now, when we put it in those terms, what we need to do is understand that something is important within us, and that is to not just know about it. Someone sent me a treatment recently they wrote and wanted me to evaluate it. And I looked at it, and the whole treatment was realization. They realize there's potential, they realize it, they realize this, they realize that, but not once in the treatment did they say, I'm one with it. I mean, the Baptists do that. It's great. It's one of them. The unity, all of them, they all do this stuff. They recognize how wonderful it is. Where religious science comes into play is understanding that what the great have known, you can know. What the great have done, you can do. What the great have understood, you can understand. There is nothing in this universe greater than you are. And the only reason that we find ourselves not applying what's happening in our life is because we tend to first recognize it and then water it down. I was sharing between services, and something that came to mind, that I had a friend a number of years ago that acquired an extremely expensive bottle of wine. This was their pride and joy. This incredibly expensive bottle of wine that they showed off to everybody who came to their home. This is my extremely expensive bottle of wine. They took a vacation and asked somebody to house sit, and then made the mistake of saying, make yourself at home. Yeah. Not only did they drink the bottle of wine, they had people over and made wine coolers out of it. Put a little 7-Up in this $300 bottle of wine. Hey, let's fix it up. All right. And I thought to myself, how many people do that to this teaching? How many take this unlimited principle and then water it down? How many take this unlimited idea that we're talking about this morning and apply it in a less than magnificent way? I love your treatment this morning. You see, our challenge is to have range, vision, and positiveness, forever expanding. Don't settle for what you knew. Celebrate what you can know, because what you can know in the now is so far beyond what you used to know. See, what you used to know ended last night. What you can know starts today. I've dedicated myself for 35 years standing in this pulpit in this community, that every Sunday I treat before I walk into this room and stand before you, and I know that anything and everything that needs to happen for the people who arrived this morning to leave better than they were when they got here, it is happening. Not that I'm going to do anything to you or religious science is going to do anything to you, but we certainly are going to show you how to let go and let it happen as you. And the only way you can do that is make up your mind to let it be your way. Because how many have gone through the process, or how many can remember when you thought just knowing about it was going to change your life? You see? And then suddenly you woke up and recognized that's kindergarten. See? That's kindergarten. See, kindergarten knows 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay. But the potential of being a physicist is going to require some what? Dedication, commitment, and ongoingness for a while. And the wonderful thing about all physicists is the physicists, if you talk to them, they are always expanding their understanding of physics, aren't they? And as P.D. Ouspensky and other great, and Einstein both said, that if we study physics long enough, it'll eventually lead us to metaphysics. Because what's true on one plane must be true on every plane. What's true in the outer must be true of the inner. What's true of the inner must be true of the outer. Everyone say life-changing initiatives that transcend yesterday. Now, are you allowing yourself to become one with life-changing initiatives? Are you just reading about it, thinking about it, repeating it over and over again? Are you letting yourself be it? This is what Dr. Ernest Holmes said a number of years ago. I sent it out to all the ministers in religious science yesterday with this quote this advice under it. I said this would be a good quote for you to use tomorrow morning. Listen to these words. Dr. Holmes said, I think we should feel as though we are on a mission. Not a mission of sadness to save souls. They are not lost. And if they were, you wouldn't know where to look for them. But a mission that glorifies the soul. Not to find we are here for salvation, but for glorification. The beauty, the wonder, the delight of that something that sings and sings and sings in the soul of humankind. I'm not here for salvation, I'm here for glorification. And what's going to glorify you? What's going to glorify you outside of you? Nothing. But what will glorify you is your understanding of glorification as you. Everyone say, I choose to glorify myself. Now, if you're going to really do it, here's the challenge. If you're going to do it for you, you got to let the glorification look out of your eyes and see it in everyone else, whether they see it or not. How many tried that and found that something wonderful happened? It frees you, doesn't it? It frees you from having to live at the level of somebody else's idea. It frees you from somebody else's definition. If I be lifted up, everything around me will be lifted up. You see, the secret in practicing range, vision, and positiveness is to allow yourself to know that you are conscious living, and you need to be conscious of that. I am consciously aware. Now, what is awareness? It's the key. Awareness is the key to what? Awareness is the key to knowing that you can at any moment deliberately change your mind and change your life. That you can at any moment constantly direct this creative power within you as you. This is what Thomas Trord's whole work is about. The creative process in the universe. It's not something outside of you or something you do, it's you.